I'm Elizabeth Dionne, and I am running for Massachusetts State Treasurer this November. I am a mother, an attorney, an educator, and a 10-year local elected official who earned a reputation as a relentless reformer, laser-focused on common-sense government that works for you. State Treasurer may be the most important office you've never heard about. It's the fourth most powerful office in the state, after the House Speaker, Senate President, and Governor, which surprisingly ranks third. The Treasurer manages up to 20% of the state budget and oversees hundreds of billions of your dollars in state debt and pension investment funds. Massachusetts needs a treasurer who is honest and hardworking, who actually lives in the state full-time and will show up in person to the office. The main reason I'm running for treasurer is because you deserve a treasurer who remembers that every dollar comes from a taxpayer's pocket. That's why I'm running to be your taxpayer's treasurer. But the most important reason I'm running is because my husband and I are the parents of 4 adult children who cannot afford to live and raise their children here in Massachusetts, and neither can their friends or classmates. Massachusetts has an affordability crisis. We are second in the nation for cost of living, utility bills, and per capita state debt. Once again, we are known as Taxachusetts because we are 4th in the nation for property taxes and 8th in the nation for taxes overall. We are also 4th in the nation for population loss, because our cost of living is driving out 25 to 45-year-olds, the working people we need to support our economy. What does the treasurer have to do with cost of living in Massachusetts? More than you think. The treasurer manages the state lottery, which is the single largest source of unrestricted local aid to cities and towns. The state has fallen far behind in local aid, your taxes that the state should return to cities and towns for frontline services like education, police, fire, roads and sidewalks, and water infrastructure. Over the same period of time that the state budget has doubled, local aid has gone up only 25%. It hasn't even kept pace with inflation. When state aid goes down, property taxes go up. That's why this year alone, 70 cities and towns have had to request property tax overrides. Rising property taxes hit your family's budget. Because the treasurer manages the lottery, the single largest source of local aid, she has a unique opportunity to speak up for cities, towns, and you, the taxpayer. As a 10-year local elected official, I will be your voice on Beacon Hill. In addition to addressing affordability, the treasurer can also be your voice for government transparency. Are you one of the 72% who voted for the audit of the legislature? So am I, but we still don't have an audit, even though 82% of voters now support it. As a statewide official, the treasurer has independent constitutional authority. As your taxpayer's treasurer, I could order an independent audit of all 13 treasury departments, and I wouldn't need the legislature's permission to do it. That means that you, the taxpayers, would finally have full information about major portions of the state budget and hundreds of billions of dollars in assets that ultimately belong to you. I could join State Auditor Diana DiZoglio and hold the legislature accountable to the will of the voters. Diana has been a strong voice, but Massachusetts' one-party political system has fought her at every turn. She could use a friend on Beacon Hill. As treasurer, I will work with the auditor, and together we will represent you. I am asking you to fire the 12-year incumbent and hire me instead. I'm not a professional politician, and as the 5th of 10 children, I know the value of a dollar. I have told you that I will be a fierce advocate for affordability and accountability. But why should you believe me? What makes me different than any other candidate asking for your vote? The best way to know the truth is to look at my record. In Belmont, I served on town meeting, the finance committee, as chair of the community preservation committee, and as chair of the select board. I worked hard to reform our finance team and improve our pension fund investment returns. We implemented long-term revenue and expense forecasts, which helped us pass revenue-based, balanced budgets. Most importantly, we passed zoning reforms to encourage small businesses and mixed-use commercial development. This will build our tax base and create more affordable housing. We did great work in Belmont, which has a AAA bond rating, but it wasn't enough. Every city and town, including Belmont, faces a financial tsunami. Without additional local aid, your community will have to ask for property tax overrides that will hit your family's budget. So I'm asking for your vote on November 3rd to elect a taxpayer's treasurer who will fight for affordability and accountability. Please visit my website at votedionne.com to join our movement to return the treasurer's office to you, the good voters of Massachusetts. Thank you.